So we're about 48 hours out from the storm itself making landfall. May see some impacts already within about 36 hours. Here's where Milton is currently. It's still in the Gulf of Mexico. A monster Category 5 with winds up to 180 miles per hour sustained, possibly still strengthening with these extremely warm Gulf of Mexico waters. This all fueled or in part due to climate change too. Our waters are just so much warmer than they were many decades ago, so this is allowing these storms to explode very rapidly, or at least easier to do so compared to back when. As we look at future track, we will continue to see this maintain itself at Category 5 strength heading into tomorrow, and then there is some wind shear in the region, so it'll be a race against time to see if we're able to get that hurricane to weaken any. As we go into Wednesday afternoon, outer bands starting to lash Florida, still possibly at a Category 5 strength, and then, well, as you can see, it may weaken down to a Category 4, possibly a Category 3 as it makes landfall. Current track would take it right into Tampa. That said, this is kind of the envelope of solutions here, so that center of the storm could be anywhere within this cone, so there still may be some wiggle room here, but you notice a lot of the forecast trends taking it right towards Tampa, and maybe a high-end Category 3 or still a Category 4 as it makes landfall a late Wednesday evening. By very early Thursday morning, it's crossed Florida and into the Atlantic, where it's expected to head out to sea. But even if it's down to a Category 3, you're still looking at potentially catastrophic storm surge, very high winds, and flooding rainfall, similar to what we saw not that long ago with Hurricane Helene. Back closer to home, it is very quiet for yet another week in a row. High pressure keeping it that way right now. Cooler airflow still in place. So it feels like October after we got away from that weather over the last several days. Temperatures almost spot on average. So this is what early October is supposed to feel like. Middle 60s right now. Rest of this evening is cool. 60s to 50s with the clear sky over the remainder of the day. Then tonight, we're dropping all the way down into the upper 30s, so some patchy frost may be possible under those clear and calm conditions. And then, like we saw last week, a warming trend kicks right back in, and that'll get us back to near record values at times. Sunny and 70s for tomorrow. And then you can see we have the jet stream retreating, dragging in all of that very warm air, so we'll have that in play at least through Friday. And then over the weekend, another taste of October just around the corner. You can see in the forecast that we have nothing but sunshine all the way through the rest of the week, hitting the 80s potentially on Friday before dropping back to normal over Sunday and Monday of next week. In your most accurate 10-day forecast, we don't see any rain anytime soon, so yet another long stretch of dry weather. And note those temperatures, some 60s, some 70s, one day in the 80s, a little bit of everything over the next 10 days.